Hi, this is Micornus, Phokane, the leader and the founder of Church Governance Solutions. I want us today just to look at how to formulate a conference theme, formulate a conference theme, and just also emphasize the fact that conference themes are very, very important. And I know there are many preachers that will say, themes are restricting the Holy Spirit, themes are channeling us to speak about something that God doesn't want us to speak about. I want to emphasize that as a speaker, as a minister, you must actually align yourself to conference themes because themes are very important. Remember, themes are actually speaking about the objective of that conference. And especially the person that invited you, they invite you because they want you to come and address some certain issues in those churches. And that's the reason why they are actually focusing on a certain theme. And when you come as a speaker and say, no, but themes are restrictive, it's actually your problem. You're having a problem because themes are not restrictive as you think so. And that's the reason why we need themes in any case, because they give guideline to where the speakers should actually focus on. Otherwise, when people are not given a theme, they're all over the place, and we want to confine them a little bit to a certain topic that address certain issues or objectives. And that's very, very important that we speak about that. But how do we then formulate a conference theme? Because that's very important that conference theme is formulated properly so that it can address the real issues. If not, then we're not going to be able to actually reach out to the people that we need to reach. Now, what I want to look at today is how to formulate a conference theme. Firstly, you must first determine the target group you intended to address, because if you are going to have a conference theme without knowing who you're going to be addressing, you're going to hit off the target. So this is very important that you know who you want to address, you know who you want to speak to, you know who are the target group, you know who are the people that you are actually targeting to in order to be able to reach out to. And that's very important that we emphasize that. But I'm going to speak about this and say, when you have known the target, then you know the people that you want to address, you need to determine the issue you want to address thereof. So therefore, what is that you want to address? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to sort out? What is the objective of that conference? Because if you're not going to know the type of people or audience that you're addressing, and secondly, what are the issues that you want to address, you're going to find it difficult for you to formulate a theme. So therefore, come up with objective, come up with what you want to address, what you want to finalize. Very, very important that you know exactly what you want to address. So please determine the issues that you want to address, because when you have determined the issues that you want to address, then you'll be able to formulate your theme. But also, you must also have your desired objective or results in mind. You must know what is that I want to achieve. What is that I want to actually deliver? What is that I want to correct, if there's something that you're aiming to correct? And I'm emphasizing this because there are many of us who have got themes that are addressing nothing. We've got themes that even when something has been achieved, you don't know it has been achieved because you never knew what the objective is in the first place. Now I'm emphasizing this because it's very important that you know what you are addressing, you know what you want to achieve, you know what you want to come up as a solution of this. And you must actually address things while you're looking at the objective at hand. I cannot emphasize this enough, and I believe that you understand exactly what I'm talking about here, and you will be able to learn and follow based on what I'm talking about right now. And I'm saying determine the issues that you want to address and have your desired objective in mind, or the results that you want to see achieved in this regard. Now, when you've done that, and you need to then now to start breaking down the abstract and put the topic in practical terms, because sometimes we come up with themes that are very, very abstract in nature. Those themes that are complicated, they're very, very obscene in a way that even the person who's setting up that theme do not know what they're talking about. And that's something that I want to emphasize. And as Church Governance Solutions, we encourage you to break down the theme into simple objectives, into simple workable ideas. Because if it is not clear to you as a person who's formulating the theme, then it cannot be clear to your speakers that you're going to delegate or give the theme to dissect and to speak about. So therefore, make sure that you understand it in the first place yourself. Make sure that you have simplified it in a way that everybody should be able to address it easily without any fuss, without any difficulty. And I want to emphasize that because many of us, we give a theme that we cannot even address ourselves. If you cannot address it, nobody else can address it. So this is very important then, that you become very cognizant of the type of theme that you put up and break it into a topic that is in practical terms. So it must be easy to articulate. Now, next, then, you need to avoid using bombastic English terms and difficult abstract words that you don't understand yourself. So please avoid that, because sometimes we do that and we use Greek terms, we use Arabic terms and so on that many other people may not, Hebrew terms and so on, that people may not be able to understand, and break it into more smaller chunks. And even English, sometimes we come up with bombastic words that are very difficult to comprehend what the topic is all about. And I want to emphasize that when you formulate a theme, so please avoid what we call bombastic English terms that may confuse even the audience themselves. They may confuse even your speakers themselves. They may confuse you yourself, because if you're confused, everybody else is going to be confused. I cannot emphasize this enough, because it is very important. We have seen many topics that have been very difficult to even know what they mean. And if your speakers don't even know what the topic means, how then do you expect them to be addressing it clearly and succinctly? That's very important that we emphasize that. Avoid using bombastic words. Now, avoid also theological Greek and Hebrew terms that may confuse both the speakers and the audience. Because if you can put it in simple English, so please put it in simple English. Don't try to become theological in nature and then becomes very high level Hebrew and Greek terms that many people may not be able to articulate and to actually explain them. So this is very important that I emphasize that as well. And please make sure that it is in simple terms and it is that simple. And therefore, it can be addressed by your speakers easily without even finding out from you what you mean here. Let them know what it means from the word go, and so that they can be able to prepare and be well and ready to address your topic. The audience themselves, very important, because when you are setting up a topic, it must actually be related to helping the audience. Now, if you are not able to help the audience, then you will actually struggle to come up with clarity to anybody, because the audience should be actually at the center of the topic here or the theme here, so that you can be able to address them clearly and they can get clarity in what you say. This is very, very important. Make sure that you also take a listener's position. So when formulating a theme, so sit yourself down and say, if it is me listening to this, will I be able to understand? If it's me listening to a speaker speaking about this topic, would I understand what it means? So all that should actually come into cognizance. Take what we call a listener's point of view and sit yourself down and say, I'm listening now to the topic. Am I understanding the topic enough? Is it easy? Is it going to leave more questions than not in their minds? Or is it something that's going to be clear from the word go? Because that's very important when you take what we call a listener's position, where you sit down yourself and imagine if you were the listener, would you comprehend clearly that which has been spoken about? Would you be able to understand it? Would you find it easy to understand? And all those questions should come to mind, and so that you can be able actually to articulate your theme much more appropriately. Now, also let the theme address real life issues, because sometimes the theme is so much abstract, as I said earlier, that is a high level to an extent that it doesn't address day-to-day life. And people understand better when things are related to them. And that is why we speak about the word contextual. It is contextual. When something is contextual, it's something that relates to their day-to-day life. When it relates to people's day-to-day life, they don't find it difficult, actually, to explain things or to understand things as well. Remember, people's minds in line with what relates to them. So they're having relationship mind every time, that when you speak about a certain topic, what does it mean to me? That's the question that they have. And does it relate to my daily life? Would it help or not? That's the only way you're going to add value in people's life, when they think that the topic or the theme is valuable for them. And that's the reason why many other conferences are not even attended based on the theme. Because if the theme is not articulate enough, people are not even interested in coming and attending. And I must emphasize that, because sometimes you are wondering why your church conferences are not being attended. Please check the theme, review the theme, check if it is appealing to the people. Check if it is clear to the people, because if it is not clear to the people, then people are not going to be interested in coming, because they want to come for something that they think will help them. And that I cannot emphasize enough as well. So please remember that the theme contributes a lot on the attendance as well. Now, I cannot also emphasize enough that you need to make it catchy to invite the interest of the people. Now, there are people that says, no, I don't care about the attendance. You are lying, because everyone want to actually reach the target group and be able to address them. You're spending a lot, by the way, in investing into the conference. So if you're saying you don't care about the attendance, then you are lying. Because the fact here is that you want to address the people, you want to help the people. And if there's what we call return on investment, is when you know that you've had the targeted group coming and they've listened and their life have changed based on the theme that you put on the table. So therefore, take listeners' position, as I said earlier, and make sure that it is a topic that will be more valuable to the people. And as you address it as well, have an interest in their attendance. And as I said, people attend actually because of the topic that they think will help them. So please make sure that the theme becomes catchy. It becomes a bit more interesting for people to make an easy decision to say, I'm going to attend to that one based on the theme. I want to learn out of that one based on the theme. I want to hear something about this topic, and let people come just because of that. I want to end up here today, your host, Micornus Phokane, the leader and the founder of Young Men Empowerment Forum and the Church Governance Solutions as well. So what we are doing here, we are actually restoring godly order in the house of the orderly God through godly principles. And I want to emphasize that you follow us, please, on our Facebook page, Micornus Phokane, the Facebook page, Church Governance Solutions, and make sure that you click a like on those. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, which is under Young Men Empowerment Forum and Micornus Phokane. And when you do so, you will actually be notified as well when there's a video of this kind having been posted. Don't forget our TikTok account as well, very much trendy, and I believe that it will touch you as well, and your life shall never be the same again. Allow me to check out right here and say cheers for now.